Switzerland, the land of neutrality and direct democracy, the land of luxury and money, cows, cheese, chocolate, watches, the land of language confusion and postcard mountain views. Welcome to Live Swiss, where we explore property and life-related topics and how to survive in Switzerland. Today we are going to talk about rent. How much does it cost to live in this beautiful country? Let's focus on the most common scenario for most foreigners that end up here. A young professional in their 20s, 30s, living alone or with a partner. Typically you end up in Zurich. What would you normally search for? A 2-3.5 room apartment, not too big, fairly priced and connected to the center. Where do you find something like that? On a real estate platform. Probably the biggest one is HomeGate. This is where we start. Alright, so we can set up our filtering. You can see there are quite a few options. We can set up the price limit, rooms, and here you can see a bunch of other options, what type of facility you are looking for. I want to make this a little bit more interesting. So today we'll have a look at the cheapest, most expensive apartment in the range and something in the middle. We'll first start with the lowest price, and here we go, 3.5. For $13.50, there must be a catch. This is a way too good of a price, and as you can see, it is limited for rent for 6 to 9 months. So we jump to the next one. This looks cheap and suspicious. Let's see the pictures first. Yeah, an older building, but some greenery around it. A nice little garden going on, and yeah, seems like a decent, normal neighborhood. Here's the kitchen, looks renovated, and most probably this apartment comes also with the furniture. This is not a typical case for Switzerland. Usually you get the apartments absolutely empty, not even light bulbs. But at least in comparison to Germany, you get kitchens inside. Yeah, decent looking bathroom, not very big, but you get the classical bathtub inside and a separate toilet, which is pretty handy as this is not a big apartment. And that's the layout of the apartment. Yeah, we can see it a little bit bigger. So 2 separate rooms, living room, little balcony. Yes, a bathroom and a separate toilet, which is nice when you are a household of more than one person actually, and you have a separate kitchen and a dining table area. Let's see, 76 square meters. That's decent for probably 2 people. Location-wise, not the best in Zurich. You can see it takes about 30 minutes to the center. There is public transport, but it's a bus, so you don't get direct train connections. You have to switch quite a bit. That's why the price is lower. It's a relatively quiet area. And you have some amenities. You can see this is the actual rent price, 1,303 francs. And the additional this is the cost for electricity and water. The rent in total ends up to 1,453 bucks. Yeah, a little bit older building built in 1985. Oh, and that is actually a Genossenschaftswohnung. We can have a separate video about what this actually means. Those usually come at a lower price, but there are some requirements in order to get such an apartment. The deposit is 4,400 francs, and they don't take insurance as a deposit. So this means you need to have that amount of money locked up in a bank. And yes, you need to also present some additional information regarding your bank accounts. No dogs allowed. It's not so easy to get this apartment, honestly. This is how the actual application form looks like. You need to provide some information regarding how much you earn, what percentage you work on, who your employer is. You need to provide references, actual Swiss people who can vouch for you, and also who was your previous landlord, if you had any. Now we'll see the highest priced apartment. This is a very expensive apartment, but it looks very nice. And you can see this ad is targeting foreigners because you also get information in English. Even though I've set the website to English, normally you won't get the description in other than the local area language. This is also not a regular apartment ad. It is a very good location near the lake. And let's see what it looks like on Google Maps. Yes, very nice new build. Looks secure. Looks pretty nice outside with some greenery going on. Let's see what they offer. Some shopping options and school nearby, and you get nice public transport connections. Everything is basically allowed. It's child-friendly, you can get pets, and yeah, basically it's targeting foreigners that are typically staying in for just a few months during the year, and it's a hands-off apartment. You get all the amenities, It's an all-inclusive service, so this includes the costs for water, heating, and electricity. And every 14 days you get cleaning service for the whole apartment. It's more like a hotel type of setup with this additional service for cleaning and also changing your bed sheets. You can get an additional parking spot if you want one. Let's see some of the pictures. It comes fully furnished because, as I said, this is targeting foreigners that stay in for just a few weeks or a few months, and it just provides everything you need out of the box, so you don't have to worry about something missing. Very nice balcony. Yeah, it's more like an Airbnb. Yeah, very nice. First bathroom with a bathtub and a toilet, and you get a second bathroom with the stand-up shower and a nice lake view. That's why it's premium priced. And let's see, something mid-range. A normal price for Zurich for a 3.5 room apartment would be something around 3 to 4,000 francs per month. This one is located near Oerlikon. That's a nicely connected area. You are close to the train station. And let's see, that's not a very new apartment, but as you can see, yes, this is the classical case. You get the apartment absolutely empty, no furniture. Oh, very nice, big window, and that's a duplex type of apartment. So you have 2 levels, which is pretty nice. You have 2 separate bathrooms, and as I mentioned, yes, no light bulbs. That's the thing in Switzerland for some reason. They decided that every time that somebody goes out of the apartment, they need to take the light bulbs with them. So you get pretty much the apartment with hanging cables, but that's the only thing. Everything else is there. Nice skylight on the balcony, and let's see, yeah. You get everything from supermarkets nearby. 330 francs is the cost for the electricity and heating. 1990 built. That's okay. Not very new, but it's good quality. And you also get dedicated space in the basement for some stuff you can get out of the way. Oh, so these are like example pictures. The actual apartment might be a little bit different, but it would be something in the same range. It will be in the same building. For 125 bucks, you can get parking spot in the underground garage. And here we also have a 3D scanning of the apartment, just to give you a better overview of the space. Pretty nice kitchen. The kitchen is on the top floor, which is a little bit unusual, but hey, you get some levels. If you are living with a roommate, you get some privacy. There is the bathroom and some extra space under the stairs. Yeah, that's about it. I hope that this video gave you a quick overview what it means to rent in Switzerland. There are a lot of little things to look out for, and the process, especially in the bigger cities, can be tedious. If you like this video, click subscribe, share, and let us know what are the topics that you'll be interested in. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.